We are here live in your house sports. I'm
After
Fat
dark.
Sam after
Your boy
dark.
Vassos.
Manny's not here tonight. Last I heard, he was going to train to fight Canelo.
Yeah, he's definitely getting in the gym. He's
Hmm.
hitting the speed bag. He's also trying to talk Logan or Jake Paul out of potentially getting himself into that fight and
Yeah.
getting himself whooped as he
Hmm.
continues to try to say he wants Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Manny has the better chance of taking him on than Jake Paul.
Yeah. Um,
I've
Manny
seen Manny.
Manny's
I
allowed to
seen Manny. I see Manny fight a bear.
Manny's allowed to eat the same meat that Canelo eats.
It's in the contract. But we are here. Like our page, share our page, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
YouTube
Uh,
channel. Follow that right there at the
yeah,
bottom of the
follow
little
it there.
screen.
Just click on the link and follow. These episodes are aired. Weekly episodes are aired right straight to Facebook. I mean Facebook, YouTube.
YouTube
Uh,
and Facebook. We are streaming on
yeah. Oh
Facebook
yeah,
too.
yeah, yeah. YouTube and Facebook as soon as we get done.
We'll be
But
doing our road recording here towards the end of the month.
the 24th.
I believe it is the 24th, yes. So should be out sometime within a couple of days. Hopefully it's out before that first Thursday night game comes
Yeah,
out.
for real, for real.
But
But
yeah,
heck
busy
yeah.
busy sports weekend.
Yeah, it was, man. Started off, of course, Saturday with the Canelo fight. Man, as I get older, it's harder to stay up for those fights, man.
It's funny. I looked it up, and it said that they were going to make their rings to the walks to the ring no later than 10 o'clock.
Mm.
It said 11 p.m. Eastern was when they were going to make their ring walks for the main event.
Oh, wow.
I was like, man, they
Nah.
were like way off.
Yeah, they were. Maybe they were expecting early knockouts on the other ones.
Maybe I
I
didn't watch
mean,
any of the undercard.
but like, it was, I mean, the undercard was real good. The undercard fights were good. But man, just as I get older, it gets harder to stay up. But the only reason why I stayed up because we were we had picked rounds,
Hmm.
1 through 12, and it was $10 a round to get in.
Yeah,
And then I had picked. So it was funny. We're drawing the rounds, and then I picked one up, and then another one came off with it and put it and landed on the ground. And they're like, "Oh no, that one's yours too," because it came out. That one's yours. I was like, "Crap." I picked it up, 12th round. I was like, "Oh yeah, it's mine. It's mine." And so, I had an eighth round and a 12th round, and with Canelo, that Canelo. I think Canelo was in control of that whole fight, man.
he changed his
Um,
style. He definitely did. He went back to old school Canelo
yeah,
in this
yeah,
fight.
yeah. I think he did it. The reason why he did it, because I think he knew that Charlo wasn't going to have enough power
Yeah,
um, and to hurt him. But
yeah.
he didn't
He
even
just
sit. Go ahead.
good.
I say he stood up the whole fight. He didn't even sit down.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like he focused specifically on his cardio
yeah, yeah.
in his win because he knew that Charlo wasn't going to be able to go the distance with him.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, credit to Charlo. I mean, he went up 2 weight classes
Yeah,
to fight Canelo, but man, it didn't look like Charlo wanted to be in there. It really looked like he was surviving the whole fight.
I think it was funny when because I think he was frustrated that when he did hit him, it didn't even register to Canelo.
Yeah,
But then even then, when he did hit him, he never hit him clean. I
yeah.
don't think he hit
But
him clean until what, like the 10th or 11th round.
I think he hit a couple times, like seventh and eighth. And I mean, the reason why he hit him because Canelo was just right there in front of him. Like Canelo wasn't moving.
Yeah,
It's like Canelo tasted his power early in the fight, and then after that he was just like, "Oh
yeah,
nah, this isn't nothing."
yeah. He's like, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I mean, because he fought up in Canelo went up to light heavyweight, and tasted those guys' power, and didn't even get
Yeah,
knocked out. You know,
yeah,
so these guys, ain't much. But Canelo was in control of that whole fight. He was hunting them down, and
yeah.
it was glorified. It just looked like a glorified sparring match, really.
Yeah, I mean, it was totally dominant on Canelo's end.
Hmm.
That first round was awful though. Like neither guy for like what the first like minute and a half, 2 minutes threw even so much
I
as a
uh,
jab.
I think that round, I think it was like a total of 5 punches.
Yeah, like it was bad. It was like the first minute and a half to 2 minutes. Not neither guy threw a single punch.
Yeah, it was terrible.
And I think right there, Canelo realized, okay, I got this guy.
Yeah,
Like he's not
yeah.
even willing to try to throw punches. All right, I got him.
Hmm. And Charlo, man, he was a taller fighter, the
Yeah,
longer reach, and you at least try to throw your jab and keep Canelo away, keep him at bay. But
he couldn't.
nah, couldn't do nothing, man. But we'll see what happens. They wanted him to fight David Benavidez next,
Yeah,
which if they do, that's going to be a good match because I think that one right there, you're going to see a lot more head movement from Canelo
yeah,
because Benavidez is going to be easy to hit for Canelo.
yeah.
And so, because Benavidez, he's one of those fighters that will stand
Just
right in
comes
front of you
forward.
too.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
just comes forward. He doesn't stop.
yeah. But Benavidez got to take care of business in November. He
Yeah,
fights um, DeAndre. Was it DeAndre? Uh,
I think they said it
uh,
on the broadcast. I don't remember.
yeah, I forget his last name was long. I forget his name,
Yeah.
but he's the one. I forget after Canelo fought somebody. There's a Caleb Plant. I don't know. After Canelo fights somebody, DeAndre
Okay.
Demetrius, I think
Yeah.
is the last name. Went in there. He's like, hey, give me a fight, give me a fight. Canelo's like, man, you haven't fight nobody.
Yeah.
That's what he
You
said.
motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah, that's what's
Fuck
up.
you.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Fuck you, doing all that.
I forgot about that. He crashed the
Yeah,
post, the the
yeah,
the post, the press conference.
yeah. I
And
don't know what this thing is. But he was
apparently, it's
like,
something, and it's a Mexican like
so,
hand
so, so
gesture.
I'm guessing it's something like that
It's kind
then.
of like that. Yeah. It's something demeaning when they do that.
Well, yeah, he just like, man.
I had a bunch of guys. I had a bunch. I used to work with couple guys. They would do that. They would walk past each other and go.
Well,
So
yeah. So he fights. Like I said, he fights David Benavidez, November, and if he takes care of business, we'll see what happens in May.
yeah, I let's see. That would put them at what earliest February.
What the fight?
That fight, if they make that fight, because I know Canelo
Uh,
says he wants to fight again sometime this year, but it wouldn't be till December.
oh yeah. Well, no, um, I think the way they were talking about was Cinco de Mayo weekend.
Yeah,
Going back to that.
yeah. Because like I said,
Um,
if Canelo fights again this year, it'll be in December.
mhm.
But I it'd be hard to turn around and do December, then turn around and do February, and then expect them to be ready for Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah. Yep.
But I mean, he looked completely dominant.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like how Terrence Crawford was against Earl Spence. It was just
Spence.
total dominant,
Yeah.
total dominance. I think he knocked him down. Was it the seventh round when Canelo
Yeah.
knocked down? I think I think he hit him hard enough, but I don't think he was like completely out of it. But then when he started seeing him like throwing combinations, he thought, all right, you know what? Let me just take a knee. I
Hmm.
think that strategy backfired on him because I thought
Yeah.
he would be able to catch his breath, get a second win, and boom, go. And he fell in a hole that whole time.
Yeah. 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 It just looked like he was there just to be there, be happy.
Yeah,
Collect the. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the highest payday he's ever had. Not pretty sure. I know it's the
yeah.
highest payday
He's
he's ever
telling his
had.
brother, "Hey, don't get in the ring with him. Don't."
Yeah, so I mean, we'll see what happens in his next fight. See who he fights,
yeah,
and hopefully he's. I mean, it's crazy because he's 33, 34.
Canelo.
Yeah,
I think
and he's a
he's 34. I think.
34, and he's already had like 60 fights.
Yeah,
But that's what happens when you turn pro at 15.
Exactly.
So, but yeah. So a good weekend. Good
Very good
weekend.
weekend. So we're
Yeah.
going to fast forward. We're going to skip over football real quick, and we're going to talk about the postseason in baseball started
Yeah.
today. Ended kind of disappointingly as the Rangers dropped the finale series against the Mariners. All they had to do was win 2 games, and they would have
Hmm.
won the division. They wouldn't be playing right now.
Yeah.
But they lost those 2 games. They tied. It was a tie with Houston. Houston had the better division record, so
Yeah.
Houston won the division, and the Rangers still made the playoffs. Which I think if I remember correctly, I said we would be a wild card team this year.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there. I mean, of course, it started off red hot, but then you had DeGrom get hurt,
Yeah,
uh, and then we had
Scherzer,
traded for Scherzer,
Scherzer.
Scherzer. He's out,
Yeah,
which I think he could possibly be ready for a playoff game, right?
I think the earliest he's back is maybe the ALCS. I think at the
Yeah.
earliest he's back is ALCS.
Yeah. So I think then we got him that's hurt. We had Gray that's on the 15 day.
AIL, yeah.
Yeah.
The
I
last
mean,
week of the freaking season, it's like, bro, you couldn't have picked a worse time to get hurt.
yeah. So and then of course we struggle with our bullpen.
Yeah,
And man, it was definitely nerve wracking. Towards the end of the season and get into the playoffs. But the good thing was Montgomery did a good job today.
he
Um,
pitched his ass off today.
yeah, well, I think he pitched with 7 innings, six
Seven,
strikeouts.
yeah,
Yeah,
no runs given up.
yep.
Man, he pitched lights out and he went all out. There was a spot he was it first and third. I
Hmm.
think 1 out or no outs, and then they try to drop a bunt, and he goes
Yeah,
all out and dives for
yeah, yeah,
and just dives. Something you don't never see a pitcher do is just run off the mound and dive to get an out. He'll normally let the first baseman or let that ball drop, but he's like, ain't happening.
yeah. I mean, he put it all on the line for them.
Yeah,
Um, today. But and of course it helped that the Rays had 4 errors in the game,
yeah,
and but shoot, you capitalize and a win's a win.
yeah. I mean, we had the potential to score a lot more than what we did,
Yeah,
but you can't burn those type of opportunities going forward, especially when you have bases loaded, nobody out,
yeah.
strike out, ground out, or pop out,
Oh
and then
man,
strike out to end the inning. It's like you can't have that.
yeah. That's the most frustrating thing when you have bases loaded and
And
you can't
nobody
bring
out.
no, and yeah, nobody out, and you can't bring in nobody.
Yeah,
That is frustrating, but hopefully, and the crazy thing is we don't need the pitchers to strike out a whole lot of people because our
yeah,
defense is good.
yeah.
Um,
Defense is good.
yeah, we just need them to keep. We just need them to keep the ball low and
Keep it
let
in
the
the park.
defense,
Yeah,
yeah, and make the defense let the defense work.
yeah.
Um, and I think that's where like was it Chapman?
Hmm.
Man, I feel like he tries to throw so hard to strike out people,
Yeah.
and that he leaves man everything they hit he leaves it up in the zone.
Well, I think his
Yeah.
problem too is he relies way too much on his fastball, and once guys,
Hmm.
especially guys that have seen him enough,
Heck
after that,
yeah.
they'll take a pitch or two and go, okay, I've got it timed up now, and they're ready
Yeah.
for his fastball. I think
Yep.
when he can start mixing like he was whenever he was with the Cubs, when he can start mixing his slider and his changeup, when he can start mixing that in and throwing it over the plate for strikes,
Hmm.
I think once he can get that, but him not pitching every day
Yeah.
is what's holds him back. I think because he won't pitch consecutive days.
Yeah. No, heck, no, he's too much of a liability, man.
Yeah,
Especially when Seattle, had that walk off hit.
yeah,
I mean, I think they finally took him out when he had bases loaded,
yeah.
and then we brought in I forget what pitch we brought in, but he was lucky to get 2 outs, and we were like one strike away to get that third out, and they hit a
The walk
they
off.
hit a walk off hit to win the game,
Yeah,
and so it definitely gets scary when our bullpen comes in.
Yeah,
It definitely gets scary, but you know the starting pitchers are doing great. We just need our bullpen to do the work.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's one of those you don't want to leave it in the bullpen's hand. You know,
yeah,
you'd rather put it away as early as you can with as much run support as you can get,
heck
and hope that
yeah,
the bullpen can survive. You know,
yeah. Because if it's a one score game going into to the bullpen, oh man, that's
yeah,
scary.
it's. Let's see, yeah. So Montgomery got the win today. Evaldi is
Hmm.
going to take the mound tomorrow.
Oh, I
So
forgot he's back. He's back.
yeah,
Yeah.
Evaldi take the mound tomorrow. So
Man,
hopefully he's able to.
Can you imagine if we had Evaldi, Montgomery, Searcher, DeGrom, all in that lineup? Jesus Christ, man.
Dude, that lineup is stacked for next season if all
Man,
guys are healthy.
yes. Yep.
I think we have everybody for at least one more year.
Yeah. Yep. And I mean we have Bushi. Was it Bushi's first year? I don't know why I was thinking it was his second year
Which
coming
one?
in. Bruce wasn't it the
Oh,
head coach?
Bochy, Bruce Bochy.
Bochy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's
Uh
old Matt right there.
Matt Schlimmer. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah,
But Bochy, yeah, he's definitely made a lot of improvements with this team. This is his first year.
yeah. I thought it was a
Yeah,
second year for some reason.
yeah. No, this was the first year. That last year we had Chris Woodward, and
Hmm.
as much as I liked him, it's like, dude, we had to get rid of him because we weren't improving.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, man, I don't even know why we got rid of before him.
Um,
Um, God
was it
dang.
was it Clint Hurdle?
No, Brandster or Bannister,
Jeff Bannister.
Jeff Bannister.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't understand why. I thought he was doing good.
he
Uh,
was doing good.
yeah, and they,
But again, I think just John Daniels had pretty much ran his course, so
yeah,
he was used to that Ron Washington standard, and he had that with Clint Hurdle when Clint Hurdle took over um, for Ron, and
hmm,
once Clint said, "Nah, I'm good. I'm done coaching."
yeah,
I think just that standard was already set to that point, and there was really nothing anybody could do.
yeah,
So
yeah. So, but good win today, and hopefully we get another win so we can get at least a couple of days of rest
yeah,
before we play. Who's
Saturday.
there
Saturday,
Saturday?
I think it'll be. I want to say we'll play the Astros. I think,
Is it the
uh,
Astros or
or maybe it's the Orioles. Let me see.
no? I think it's the Orioles.
Yeah, I think it is the Orioles. Yeah, yeah, it's the Orioles. We
Mm.
wouldn't see the Astros until if it's the
If we get
ALCS.
yeah, hey
So
man, the Baltimore man, that's a tough team.
it is surprisingly. That's what I was telling some of the guys at work. I said, it's funny. I do not want to play the Twins for whatever reason. We cannot play against the AL Central.
Yeah,
As bad as they could all be, we cannot play against the AL Central. We lose. It's like we play against the AL East, we've got a chance. We play against our division, who knows?
yeah.
So,
But yeah, so
but we'll
hopefully we win
see.
tomorrow, get a
Hopefully,
couple of days of rest, and be ready for Saturday.
for sure, for sure. So now let's go back in time to Saturday, and let's talk about college. Uh, you want to start in Boulder?
Yeah,
Start in Boulder with the big noon kickoff with the USC Trojans going into Colorado and barely holding off Colorado, which looked like it was a dead game as USC barely pulled out the win by 7 points. So Colorado covered the spread at 21. USC wins 48 to 20 to 28 to 41 in a game that they were pretty much dead, majority of it. That is Colorado.
yeah. I mean, Colorado started rough. I thought it was going to be another blowout, man.
Yeah,
I really thought it was going to be another blowout for them. and but they started to come back. What they lose to? What was the score?
It was 48 to 41 is what the score was.
Sorry.
So, oh, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, 48 to 41, and the last drive Colorado had when they went down to score, they just took way too long. I think they got the ball with a little over 5 minutes, maybe even 6 minutes left on the clock. They don't score until there's like a minute and a half left, but they just took way too much time. They had no sense of urgency, especially once it started getting around 3 minutes. There was just no urgency for them to run the hurry up offense. I mean, so much so they're down there. I think it was like right about the 2 minute mark, and they're running the football.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you don't have the time to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah. And I think this is just kind of like growing pains for everybody too.
Yeah,
You know, it's man, it's just crazy how good the Pac-12 is
on its
this
way out.
year. Yeah, on its way out, like their last season, and that they're real good. But I mean, like I said, it looked like it was about to be another blowout. Caleb Williams went for 30 for 40, um,
There were a couple.
400 403 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Man, one interception, six touchdowns.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So I mean, right now, like I was saying, this was probably whoever wins this game is the front runner for the Heisman. And I think it's right now it's poised on Caleb Williams to go back to back. So
Yeah.
much as we don't, as all of us just
Yeah,
hate to
exactly.
say it, but
Yeah, you know what? Sanders went 30 for 45, 371 yards, four touchdowns. Um, I mean, they definitely, Colorado definitely has the talent.
yeah,
It's just getting them all on the same page, getting coaching staff on the same page. They're still a threat to whoever they play.
yeah.
I mean,
So I think they definitely, if they have it, one of two, either if they have Shiloh Sanders or if they have Travis Hunter. I think with them coming back, proved that if they had one of those players, there's a chance that this game goes into overtime.
yeah, yep. I mean, the good thing for Colorado, they got Arizona State next week. They got Stanford the following week, and they got UCLA, which could be a pretty good matchup.
Yeah,
So they easily can win three in a row and already be bowl eligible.
yeah,
Eligible.
yeah.
And so,
And I think they've
but
got plenty of because I think they still have to play Oregon State, right?
yes, Oregon State is at the UCLA.
And they don't play Washington, right?
Let me see. Oregon State, Arizona, Washington State, and Utah. Utah's their last game.
Utah's their last game, and who knows what Utah we're going to get. I mean, we saw that Friday night. Cam
Yeah,
Rising was in there, and then he wasn't in there, and then he was back in there, and then they pulled him out again.
yeah, yep,
Oregon State defeated Utah 21-7 in what was a pretty defensive game, and really, I think 21-7 really doesn't even describe how much of a one-sided game this was.
yeah,
Oregon State just completely dominated Utah.
yeah. It's crazy to hear Oregon State being good.
Yeah, this is like back in the Jaquiz Rogers era right here.
Yeah, and then you have USC. I mean, USC still has Arizona. Notre Dame could be a good game.
Yeah,
Of course, the Utah USC game is going to be a very good game.
yeah,
California, Washington, Oregon, um, and UCLA.
yeah. I think Oregon will probably be the one game. If USC is going to lose, it's going to be to Oregon.
Yeah,
I don't see USC's defense being able to stop Oregon at all, and I don't think that Oregon or that USC is going to be able to keep up points wise with Oregon.
yeah, yep.
So, so let's just go over the top 25. Like I said, Friday you had Oregon beat Utah. Another clash of top 25 teams. We saw Texas beat Kansas 40-14. This was a really close game for a majority of it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I didn't see the game, but I was kind of keeping up with the scores. It looked like Kansas Kansas was playing tough. I mean, by the numbers at least.
Yeah, they were playing tough. It wasn't until about midway through the third quarter to late third quarter when Texas finally just put their foot on Kansas's throat and ran away with it.
Yeah.
It was really just Ewers was in rhythm. The receivers were stepping up. The run game, when they needed to make a run, Kansas just couldn't stop them.
Hmm.
So I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, but that run game really kind of came on late. Defense, defense was bending a lot, but they didn't break when it came up to giving up points. So um, this one was a better game for us. We still had a couple of goofs in special teams. We missed a couple of easy field goals. So
Yeah.
that's one of those things. Going into Red River, you gotta sure up everything.
Yeah. I mean,
Especially,
Texas is gonna be very tough this year.
yeah,
Um, I mean, who do y'all got? Oh well, next week is
it's
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Yeah, and Oklahoma came off a 30-point win against Iowa State. So I guess that hot seat got hotter again for old Matt
For old
Campbell.
Matt Campbell, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll see. I don't see him. Um, I don't see him staying in Iowa State after this year. I mean,
no,
but then again, who are they going to get? Uh, they're definitely not going to get a big name. They're going to have to get somebody who's up and coming.
yeah,
That's
either
gonna,
that or they're going to just promote from within.
yeah, yep.
But maybe make a call to Art Briles or Kendall, see if
And
they
to be
can
like, you know
kickstart
what?
that program.
I don't care what your name's associated with. Like, we need a win.
Yeah. So, Florida loses to Kentucky 33-14. I'm not surprised at that by that at all, just because
Yeah,
Florida's so inconsistent. So,
yeah.
Oregon beat Stanford 42-6. Notre Dame held off Duke 21-14. Another top 25 matchup. Penn State continues to roll, beat Northwestern 41-13. Georgia survives Auburn 27-20. Auburn, let them off the hook
Yep.
in
Yeah.
classic Auburn fashion.
Yeah. Auburn, man, it's just one of those teams, man. They start off hot in a game and just let them off.
Let them off the damn hook. Let's see, one of the other top 25 or matchups of 225 top 25 teams was LSU and Ole Miss, and old Lane Kiffin managed to put away Brian Kelly, 55-49. So
Yeah.
that was nice to see.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm happy every time LSU loses. I'm happy to see it. I don't care who's against.
Right.
Brian Brian Kelly's just one of those guys, man. It's just one of those heels, man, that you just like, God, I'm happy you're losing right now.
You would willingly come across the rail and punch him in the face.
Yeah, heck yeah.
It's like I would punch him in the face, and going to jail would be all the worth it just to say I
Yeah,
punched him in the face.
exactly. My family loved it.
Now I say, boy. Let's see. So sticking with the Big 12 or the other Big 12 games, you had BYU put away Cincinnati in a hard fought game.
It's crazy to hear those two in the Big 12.
Right. 35-27. Texas Tech turned around, and I think they were down like 21-7. This was like a weekend of comebacks.
Yes. Yeah.
So Tech wins 49-28 over Houston.
Which is, man, remember, it's crazy, man, because was it Tom Herman, his last year, they almost went undefeated?
I think
I
they
think they
lost.
And I forget who they lost to.
I think it was to Louisville.
I think so. And then, of course, then he takes a Texas job. You get Dan Holgram.
Dan Holgerson.
Dan Hargison. you get him, and it's like it's almost like, man, heck yeah, they're going to continue to be good.
And they
And
weren't.
then man, I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know if it's him or I don't know if it's I don't know what it is because Houston has the potential to be good. I mean, they really do.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, they got some fly jerseys. I'll give them that.
Heck yeah.
They've got some fly jerseys, but I mean, they say look good, feel good, play good, but just because you look good and you feel good don't mean you're going to play good now. So,
Yep.
but
Uh,
let's see. We'll
yeah,
talk.
West Virginia.
West Virginia eked out TCU 24 to
Hmm.
21. Um, and then we'll talk about. Let's go ahead and get your perspective on the Baylor comeback against UCF as they came back to win by one in a rousing, crazy finish, 36 to 35.
Man, that again was nerve wracking. Um, our defense is trash. Um, Usually, when our defense is trash, is our offense is like really good. Um, but that's not the case this year. I think our defense, man, our defense is young. We talk about this all the time. Our defense is young, yeah, but the difference maker is definitely Blake Shapen.
Yeah.
I mean, you could tell his team has faith in him, and it's like that's their quarterback.
Well, that, and I think with him out there, there's nobody looking, going, all right, who's going to make a play? Who's going to step up and be a leader? He's
Yes.
just assumed that role. So
Hmm.
he's not, like so Robertson the past couple weeks is like looking for somebody to step up and help him.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think Robinson was what is he, a sophomore?
I think
I
so.
believe so. I think he definitely has a potential to be good, and I think he will be. But man, you could tell he plays worried. He plays scared almost.
He's afraid to
Uh,
make a mistake.
yeah, which Blake Shapen, he just gets in there and he just rolls with it, man. He's like, yeah, this is my team. Um, man, I thought that first because I didn't see the first quarter. I believe. I
Hmm.
believe it was the first quarter that I didn't get to see, but I was keeping up, trying to keep up with it at work. And what was it, like 21-0 in the first quarter, or something like that?
Like 21-0 or 21 to
Yeah.
7, something like that.
I was just like, oh my God,
I
like
think
this
at
is
one
going,
point it was like 28-7,
yeah, yeah,
late or going into the midway through the third.
yep, yeah, and I was just like, oh my God, this is gonna be another blowout. And then of course going to the second, they score more. What was it? I think they ended up. It was a 35-7 in this halftime,
Somewhere
or
around there.
28-7.
28-7. I think he went
Yeah,
into halftime at 28-7.
yeah, and man, it was just like, here we go. Like they're gonna end up putting 60 on us. But man, Baylor, they never gave up, man.
Yeah.
They never gave up, man. They went in there and they fought. Uh, Even when they were scoring touchdowns, and the first touchdown they scored in the third quarter, I was like, even me, I was like, man, that's just a
Feel
garbage
good touchdown.
touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it doesn't mean anything, but man, their defense stepped up in that fourth quarter. Defense stepped up, and man, the offense just started rolling, and then scoring and scoring, and then we get that fumble and that stupid score, and it's just like, oh my God, like this is nuts. Like here's like this is gonna be crazy, and of course, again, our defense is our weakest, and it was one of those things, man, which is like crap. We're gonna leave it in the defense's hand,
Yeah.
but I mean, they did their part though, man. They played well. It was
They
almost
did.
scary. It was almost scary when UFC quarterback did that scramble and
Yeah.
the
It was like you gave him every reason. You gave them every chance they had to win. Kind of like
it.
what was the what was the Utah? It was almost like Utah. Utah gave y'all every chance to get back in that game and to win it.
Yeah, 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 man. But we almost sacked them twice
At least that.
just in that one play, and it was just
He-
like, what the hell?
It was like somebody playing Madden where they just run all the way around and keep running across the field and just to throw it
Yeah,
down.
I was just like, oh my god, like here we go. And then when he threw that pass, I was like, no way,
Yeah.
no
For a
way. Then you
first
see
down,
him.
nonetheless.
Yes, I was like, come
Well, it was like
on.
4th and 25 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. No, 4th and 16, I think it was.
Okay.
Hey, he went back 25 yards to throw that
Yeah.
pass.
It was like Techno Bowl, so we're gonna show our age
Yeah.
here with this one. It's like you pick Bo Jackson, you just run all around the back of the end zone and make the whole team miss 3 times.
It was just bad, but you know, they got the win. A
Yeah.
win's a win.
A
So
win is a win. Yeah, it doesn't have to be pretty, just as long as you get the
yeah,
win.
yeah. So we're 2-3. We played Texas Tech in the Butt Bowl.
The Butt Bowl,
Yeah,
pair of 2 and 3s. So somebody's going to be 500 at the end of this game.
yeah, yeah. Most definitely.
So let's just run through the Big 12 in college. We'll pick these real quick. Let's start with the Butt Bowl. Let's start with Baylor and Texas Tech.
Where's that game being played at in Lubbock?
It's playing here.
Oh, really?
It's playing here. Tech is a 1-point favorite for now.
You know what? Dave Aranda said they're going to go up tempo this game. I got Baylor by a touchdown.
I will pick Baylor by 4.
Buffalo.
Baylor by 4. Tech is too inconsistent. I mean, you can say the same thing about Baylor, but
Yeah,
just I think Baylor has the proven entity as far as coaching staff and whatnot. So, and whereas Tech is still trying to develop that, but they don't have a key guy. They don't have a go getter in offense.
yeah.
So, we'll do Friday night is Kansas State and Oklahoma State.
What game is that? Where's that played at in
That
Oklahoma?
is played at Oklahoma State.
I got Oklahoma. Oklahoma State.
I will say Kansas State will drop 40 to match Mike Gundy's age when he dropped that promo. No, I'm gonna pick Kansas State.
Kansas State.
Like we said, average or mediocre.
Yeah,
Mike
mediocre. Mediocre Mike Gundy.
Gundy. You've got UCF traveling down to Big Bad Kansas.
I got Kansas by 10. I think Kansas is going to put it on them.
I got Big Bad Kansas as well. Kansas is a 2-point favorite.
Yep.
Then we've got TCU going up to Ames to play Iowa State. TCU is a 6.5-point favorite. Do you think?
TCU.
Yeah, I think TCU turns up
Yeah.
the heat on that hot seat for Dan Campbell, or not Dan Campbell, Matt Campbell.
Matt Campbell, yep.
Yeah, so I think that, and then the big game of the week, it's the Red River rivalry. It's Oklahoma and Texas, 11 a.m. kickoff on ABC. Texas is a 6.5-point favorite.
Man, that game right there, you never know what that game is going to be.
Yeah,
I mean, even with Texas being, number 3, Oklahoma being number 12. I mean, that game right there, it's going to be a very good one. But somebody's old got to go,
yeah.
and I'm going to say Texas, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm gonna pick Texas
Yeah.
just because I think we are better all around. The only area that I might give Oklahoma the up in is special teams. If we can just not turn the ball over on special teams, I think we'll be fine. I think if we can outscore them if it comes to getting in a shootout because I trust our defense can make a stop.
Yeah.
Or force a turnover.
I just don't think Oklahoma has the talent to um, contain Worthy.
Yeah, I mean, I think what is number five's name? I just had it and I cannot think of his name anymore. It's not Washington. God dang it! What was his name? Dang it! It's
For
not
who?
for Texas.
For
This
Texas?
yeah, number five. He's a freshman. Dang it! I cannot remember his name. Save the life of me. Um, as I'm trying to pull it up now. Mitchell. Oh, wow! I was going to say Washington. Mitchell. Dude, he's a game changer.
Mm, yeah.
Especially once Worthy starts getting double teamed. Ewers is
Yep.
really starting to focus and getting him the football.
Yeah. Oh shoot! Last week he had 141 yards. What the hell?
Yeah, so I was like, he's definitely picking up the slack. When Worthy's getting double teamed or not able to get open. So
Yeah.
I think he's going to be the key to making the team go to getting us over the hump for a W, and as well as the run game, which we can just kind of interchange guys. So that's the college football part of the show. We're going to finish up with the NFL. Let's start on Thursday night football. As we had the Lions just stomp out the Packers 34-20. Uh, really wasn't even a game.
Was this at the Packers didn't start trying to or didn't start scoring to the close foot to towards the end?
Oh, it was late when they started scoring. They
Yeah.
scored. They scored a field goal to open the game, and then they didn't score again until third quarter. They scored a touchdown, went for two. Um,
Then
yeah, they
was
didn't.
it three? I guess three field goals in the fourth.
Yeah, it wasn't a whole lot, but yeah, they were overmatched.
Yeah.
I think Detroit really proved their dominance, especially in the run game. Detroit just taking what they wanted in the run game.
Yeah. Man, what sucked about that, I did not pay attention and I did not start Montgomery.
I did the exact same thing.
I did not pay attention. Some in our fantasy chat when the guy was like, "Why does Sammy have Montgomery on the bench?" And I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" And I looked, I was like, "Oh my god!"
I
I
did
was
the
so
exact
pissed
same
off.
thing. I knew he got cleared, and I went to
Yeah,
change him. I went to change him in, and it was either our group message, and I responded to whatever it was that came up, and I put my phone back in my pocket. Never made the change.
yeah,
I was so mad, and it didn't click in my mind until I got home and turned the game on, and I was like, they were showing a highlight of Montgomery running the ball. I was like, great. I know what it was I forgot to do earlier. I forgot to put him in the lineup.
yeah. Because he had like 34 points.
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh my god!" But man, Detroit's becoming a dangerous team.
they are. They are
Very
definitely
dangerous team.
very dangerous. They are well rounded
Yeah.
offense. They can score. Defense, they can make plays when they need to, force turnovers.
Hmm.
Hutchinson's actually proving out that he's actually worth. Was he a number one overall, or was he number two
I
pick?
think he was number two. If I'm not mistaken.
But he was definitely a top three pick. He was the first
Yeah.
round. He's definitely living up to that billing. Moving on, we'll talk about the Texans dominating the Steelers, 30-6. CJ Stroud continues to impress, playing very, very solid football. In Houston in general, the wide receivers are actually starting to step up.
Yeah, almost definitely, man. Uh, what is that? Houston. What's their record? 2-2.
2-2.
2-2. You know, I think I said, when we're doing our predictions, look out for Texans, man.
Yeah.
I have a feeling they're going to play well. They're playing well, man. See, CJ
Stroud.
Stroud is finding his rhythm. Uh, it looks like the team is bought into him,
Yeah.
and it's going to be it's going to be very good to see what he does the rest of the season.
And
The
I
good
think,
the
go ahead.
good thing is I have him. It's crazy. I didn't realize I had 3 quarterbacks in my draft on my fantasy team, and I have him, and I'm debating to start him, to start Purdy, or to start Jalen.
Oof,
Yeah,
that's a tough decision. That's a
yeah,
tough decision.
because Houston's playing Atlanta this week,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, it's it's a hard one.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think really with Petrie being back this week, I think that really fired up the defense and they were
Mhm.
flying around. Now
Yeah,
that he's back in the lineup, that made a huge, huge difference on the defensive side. On the offensive side, I think it's just now. I think now the offensive coordinator realizes the mistakes he was making week one as far as play calling, and then halfway through 3/4 of the way through game two against the Colts, he realized, okay, this crap isn't going to work that I'm doing. I need to just let CJ open it up and then try to run the ball off of that, which is what a lot of what they've been doing the past 2 games is letting
yeah,
CJ set up the run, and Pierce has been able to find some running room. So
yep. So I
it's
mean, Texas, man, this is gonna be a team to watch, man.
yeah,
Definitely gonna be a team to watch.
yep. And then we had the aforementioned Comedy Central game of the week, which ended up being a comeback, so it was even more laughable. As we had the Broncos come from behind to win 31-28 over the Chicago Bears. The Bears, I think, at one point had a 28-7 lead,
Yep. Yeah.
and just like that mass exodus of coaches leaving, the
Dude,
Chicago defense led a mass exodus and let the Denver get into the end zone.
both of those teams are just terrible. Somebody's old went that game too,
Yeah,
and so so for on the good side. But man, Denver is just so terrible. The Bears are so terrible. It's like Jesus Christ. I don't. When it comes to Denver, I don't know what it is, man. It's definitely not Sean Payton because they were terrible last year.
yeah.
And so I don't know. I think this coming year they're going to end up either trading for a quarterback or drafting a quarterback.
Fantasy wise, Russell Wilson hasn't been terrible. Like he's been consistent,
Yeah,
consistent hitting his projection in fantasy football. He hasn't turned the ball over a ton like he did last year, but he just non fantasy football wise, he's just kind of there.
yeah, yeah. It's just that man. It's just that whole team, that whole Broncos team is just pretty bad.
Yeah,
And then Denver, ah,
Chicago.
the Chicago. Jesus Christ, man.
That team
They're
is
going to
bad.
end. They're going to end up drafting a quarterback. That's for sure.
I think Caleb Williams will go. Nah, I'm good. I'll stay in college another year.
Hmm. If Arizona has the first pick, or or Chicago has the first pick, he's gonna be like, nah, I think I'll stay in
I
one more
don't know.
year.
Arizona's actually not looking that bad. As
Dude, they're
bad as
not,
that,
man.
as bad as they are on paper, they've played a lot better than what their talent says they are and what their record says they are. But
Yep,
um,
Mr. Bill, or was that Bill? What's that kid's name? Off of that cartoon. What's his name? Little Bill. What was that his name?
um, you talking about the little clay cartoon?
No, not the clay cartoon. Um, I want to say it was called Little Bill.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, no, for some reason, Mr. Bill, oh no, was what came to
Yeah,
mind.
yeah, yeah.
Little Bill,
Yeah,
yeah,
little
Little
Bill.
Bill Cosby.
Yeah, yes, yeah. What's his last name? Dobbs.
Dobbs can't even get his own
Dobbs.
jersey in the pro shop.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
Hey, he's been playing well, man.
he's
He's been
been
playing
playing
good.
pretty well, and that defense, even not having Buda Bakers, has played well. They played well last week. This week
Yeah,
they tried to step up, and they were hanging with San Francisco for a little bit, making Christian McCaffrey earn everything as the 49ers won 35-16. But I mean, it was pretty much McCaffrey's game. It was Christian McCaffrey versus Arizona Cardinals is what it
dude.
was.
That Niners team is so good, bro.
Yeah,
So good.
yeah. That offense is stacked. That defense is stacked. So I mean that is a well-rounded team. It's
Yep.
one of those
Yep.
things that if they can stay healthy, good luck.
Yeah. Big time.
Good luck, big time. Um, Baltimore blew out the Browns as Deshaun Watson was a last-minute scratch. Uh, so it wasn't a happy ending for Cleveland as they got beat 28-3. But yeah, I mean, less is more.
uh,
Yeah, but you can tell that that was a big step down from Deshaun to DTR.
yeah, most definitely, man. I think what a lot of teams don't realize that they need they need a good backup.
Yeah,
It's like you gotta have a good backup, man, because you never know what could happen.
exactly. Your guys, your starting quarterback's helmet could shatter, and he's got to go get it fixed or get a brand new one. And
Yep.
your backup's got to go in for a couple of plays, and whoops, there goes the game.
Yeah, for real.
The Rams beat the Colts in overtime, 29-23, in a game that never should have gotten that close. The Rams were leading big, and the Colts fought their way back into it to tie it up and send it to overtime. But Puka wins in a walk-off fashion with a touchdown. So good for the Rams. The Rams are another team that's hard to figure out who they are exactly.
Yeah,
Are they
most
good? Are they
definitely.
not good?
Yeah.
So you've got that. Another overtime game is we had the Eagles defeat the Commanders 34-31 in overtime as well. Philadelphia's offense stepping up leaps and bounds. The defense leaving a lot to be desired right now.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I had Philadelphia. What would I have Philadelphia winning the division? Um, and
I think me and you picked Philadelphia to win the division. I think Manny went with his heart and picked the Cowboys.
yeah, and man, it's been tough. I think I don't know if it's just the pressure or is it the team's figuring out Jalen Hurts already.
It could be, but you got to remember too. Philadelphia lost both their offensive coordinator and their defensive coordinator. So they've got brand new guys in both positions, and they themselves are probably just now getting comfortable in their roles.
And then not only that, they what you call it? They lost a lot of players too. They couldn't pay everybody.
Yeah, lost a lot of good players in free agency.
Yeah, so maybe the second half is going to be different.
Yeah,
Second half of the season, but right now, man, they're scraping by. That's for sure.
yeah, but
They're
they're coming in clutch when they need to come in clutch. Which again,
mm,
a win is a win as long as you get it done.
yeah. But we'll see, man. I mean, uh, I think they're going to get the wins that matter the most. And if it's a close game, they're going to get the win.
Yeah,
I think no matter like how bad they're struggling, we're going to have to blow this team out to win.
yeah,
But um, as long as they keep it close, they're going to keep on winning.
yep, yep. I agree. We had the Cowboys destroy the Patriots 38-3. Mac Jones looked like he was seeing ghosts out there. Um, I don't know, man. That looked bad. That game was bad. I mean, Belichick's facial expression on one of Mac Jones's interceptions said it all. He just,
Yeah, I guess this just proves that it was Tom Brady this whole time.
there was majority of it was Brady. But I mean, New England doesn't have a bad. I mean, you look at the points that were given up on uh, were scored by Dallas's defense. 14 points right there. So you take that away. I mean, it's
Oh,
still a
wow.
blowout. It's still a blowout, but it's not as bad of an ass whooping as it ended up being. But yeah, dude, it was a beatdown. I mean, the offense is terrible from New England.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think when they got Zeke, they thought it was going to up it, and it sure didn't.
Yeah. And I think at this point, I think you've got enough of a sample size to see that Mac Jones he was a college wonder, you know, and he's not cut out to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. He could probably be a career backup, but I think at this point, maybe you ride out his last year of his rookie contract and then just say, all right, time to get somebody else.
Yeah. Oh no, you never know. They could probably have a first or second pick and get a crack at Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
which wouldn't be too bad.
it really wouldn't. But we know New England does not do well in drafts, so
Well, because they don't like to pay nobody. That's
yeah,
the
that's
thing.
the other thing too.
I mean, because I think Belichick is their GM basically, right?
Yeah, and he doesn't believe in paying people monster contracts. So
Yeah. And at this time, you have to, like, you really do, because if not, you're not going to get anybody good to come play for you. You're going to have to really depend and be straight A's on your drafts.
yeah,
But I think he's doing what he's relying on the success with Tom Brady. 7th round, last pick.
yeah. That
You know.
that, and I think he's now learning. Okay, my blueprint that I've had set, it's completely changed, and now I have to adapt to everything today. And he just has not been able to keep up with adapting fast enough.
Yeah.
Now he could do it. He couldn't do it. I mean, but at this point, you know, it's like, damn, does he have time to do it while he's still in the prime of his coaching career? So, or is he already in the twilight of his coaching career? So that remains to be seen. Over in London, we had the Jaguars defeat the Falcons 23-7, also in Andy's playroom.
Yeah. Did you see that?
I did watch that. That was
It was pretty cool, man. It was pretty cool that they did it that way.
It was like watching somebody play Madden on their phone.
Yeah. Yeah. It was definitely wasn't expecting it to be that good.
Yeah.
The way they did that, but
Yeah.
a lot of people. I know some people like, man, this is a joke. Why would they do that? You're trying to get these kids invested early.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, what better way to do it than in Andy's playroom, man, in Andy's room?
I get it. I mean, it was a gimmick, but I get it.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to captivate the younger audience already.
Yeah.
And then so you're trying to get these kids to be fans for life of football. Yeah. I mean, so I get it, man. It was great. I thought it was real cool.
That, and, you know, props to that production team that had to put that together. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll give them credit.
Oh,
they did really good. And then Booger surprisingly worked well in that setting.
Yeah. Next time they need to do like Cleveland and somebody else in the massage parlor room or something. You know, see these ladies giving massages on the other side of the field.
Oh shit!
Like, there's the happy ending going on right there.
Kaboom! Anyway, all right. So speaking of blowing their load too early, the Dolphins get upended by the Buffalo Bills as the Bills win 48-20. I mean, Buffalo came out and just straight smacked them around.
Yep.
I do think this game could have been worse, and I think had McDaniels would have beat the record last week, I think there would have been more of an emphasis for Buffalo to keep scoring.
Yeah. No, I think Josh Allen just proved that he's better.
Yeah.
Than Tua. Josh Allen was better than that whole team.
Right. Well, and that too. And then I think they, it's hard to beat, a division rival.
Yeah.
Twice. So I think, it could be different come when they play again, but also, you stop one part of McDaniel's game plan, and it just kind of goes downhill from there. So
Yeah, I think Miami will get Denver. They'll be tied, and oh wait, no, do not. They don't play them again, do they? No.
yeah, they do. They do.
Oh yeah, they do.
They play later in the season.
That's right. So I think Miami will get the next one, but
Yeah,
Buffalo just looked real good. Real good.
yeah. We had the Minnesota Vikings get their first win of the season as they eked out a win 21-13 over the Carolina Panthers.
Yeah, I got nothing to say about them.
Yeah, I mean, good for the Vikings. They're not going to blow it up at this point. So
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
if they'd have went, I think if they'd have went 0-4, they'd have blown up the team. Probably tried to trade Kirk Cousins, go ahead and trade
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson instead of
Yeah.
re-signing him.
I think if the Jets didn't have faith that Aaron Rodgers will be back, they probably would have traded for Kirk Cousins already.
Probably. Tampa Bay Buccaneers smacked around the Saints 26-9.
Carr didn't play that game, did he?
No, he played. He
Yeah,
played.
I
I
did
don't
play.
think he finished the game, but I know he played the majority of it. But he struggled.
How bad is Winston, man? Jameis Winston, that you're like, you know what? No,
Yeah,
we're not going to get this guy the ball.
I mean, he might still think he's playing for Tampa. Who knows? It's like I said last week. He probably was trying to I'm gonna throw it to Tampa. Throw it over to Mike on the sideline. It's like,
Yeah,
Mike is
yeah.
out of bounds, bro. He's not on your team. It's like that skit on Chappelle's show where he walks by and he slaps him on the butt. He's like, "Good hustle." He's like, I'm not on your team, man. But yeah, I mean, good for the Bucks.
Yeah,
They've got an easy division, so they're doing what they need to do. Then probably in a surprising defeat, the Tennessee Titans destroyed the Bengals 27-3. Joe Burrow continues to struggle.
I think Burrow's still hurt, man.
I do think he is still hurt, but I think too he's also kind of come crashing down to earth, and I think everyone's kind of figured out the scheme as far as to stop the Bengals offense.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, that's pretty evident, man. Because their offense can't do nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing, man. I think if the Bengals continue to lose, this will be Zach Taylor's last year, right? Is that his name, Zach Taylor?
I don't think it'll be his last year because I think he's bought himself some time with the back-to-back AFC Championship games. But I mean, I think it definitely his leash has gotten short. It will get shorter. I do think he'll live out his contract, especially with them signing Burrow to that extension. I think Jamar Chase may be willing not to sign, especially if they continue to struggle. They may not re-sign him. I mean, they're already probably not going to re-sign T. Higgins.
Yeah.
So hard to really say. We had the Chargers beat the Raiders 24-17. The whole Charger sideline almost came off to fight the Raiders after a cheap shot to Justin Herbert on the sideline.
Yep. Exactly.
But the Raiders are going to be the Raiders and just find a way to lose the game.
Heck yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
Brandon Staley tried to give the game away by again going for it deep in his own end.
Hey, what's up with this decision, man?
I don't know. I don't know if he just thinks he's playing Madden or if he just has the utmost confidence that his offense can pick up a fourth and short, no matter where they are in the field.
Dude, his play calling has been terrible.
You know what it is? It's Kellen Moore in his ear going, "Yeah, you should do that." And he's going, "All right, he's going to get fired. He's going to get fired soon enough. And
Yeah.
I'm going to be the head coach." Oh, and then in the Sunday night game, in a nail-biter of a game, we had the Kansas City Swifties, the Chiefs, eke out a win against the New York Jets 23-20. Zach Wilson played his ass off.
Yeah, he did.
Made a costly error with not getting the snap, and the Chiefs just able to run out the clock at that point. So,
Well, I mean, even with me being a Chiefs fan, how late was that pass interference call, though?
it It was
That was
questionable.
pretty late.
It was questionable.
Yeah, yeah, it was. That was pretty late. I was like,
Like
okay, I would have been upset.
I see where Gardner's upset, but I also can see why they threw the flag. But at that point, I'm like, you weren't going to call that earlier in the game. Why call that now?
Yeah, most definitely.
But
Yeah, he called that real late. But I mean, kudos to the Jets though, man. Zach Wilson is showing to be the, well, at least trying to show that he can be the guy.
yeah. Well, then I think you've got other guys stepping up too, and when he makes a mistake to reassure him, no, you're the guy. You're the guy right now.
Hmm.
You saw Garrett Wilson going over to him and say, hey man, that's not on you, that's on me.
Hmm.
I messed up. You keep doing it. You had guys on the Alan Lazard telling him the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And Randall Cobb, even guys on the defense kind of rallying behind him. Which
Hmm.
reports were that they were pissed that Solid was sticking with him, but I think they realized, hey, we can either get through this and get behind him, or they're going to ship our asses out of here, especially if we're bad.
Who's their backup? Backup.
Uh,
Oh, they Simeon. Did they Trevor Simeon?
I think it is
No,
Trevor Siemian.
I think yeah, because I think they just picked him up.
Yeah, I think it is Trevor Siemian.
I
So,
mean, they didn't want to sign Cole McCoy. I mean, he's out there.
yeah, I don't think Colt McCoy wants to play.
Probably.
He's probably like, man, I play for enough bad teams as it is. I don't think I got another one in me. It's like I've been playing in Arizona the past couple of years. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done getting concussed behind terrible offensive lines. So, but yeah, Brittany Mahomes, poor her, she's getting overshadowed by Taylor Swift. As you
It
could
just
see, you could see that when they cut to it in the during the game in the press box. She's like,
it's just nuts how much attention this is getting. Like it really is.
yeah, it's crazy, but I understand why they're doing it. Like I fully understand why the NFL is doing it. Like just get more
Yeah.
eyeballs on the product, and I get it. Open up to a whole new
Mm,
fan base. Because they know you're
yep.
going to have a bunch of. I mean, it's a female demographic definitely that's watching that they're going after now.
The Chiefs fan base just grew by like 4 million.
Right.
And
There's
so
going to be
that and
so much bootleg Kelsey
God,
attire.
and I can't wait for the breakup song.
Right. Hey,
Can't wait
but
for
even if they break up, they're still going to like her way more than Brittany Mahomes.
it.
So, but yeah. And then Monday night, the Giants continue to prove that they're awful and they might get the number one overall pick. And why the hell did they pay Daniel Jones? As they get stomped by the Seattle Seahawks 24-3. Most noteworthy thing was Jamal Adams made his return and then promptly exited the game after, I think, the first or second drive with a concussion.
Wow.
He goes up to make a tackle on Daniel Jones, and I think he hits his head on his knee, sends Daniel Jones flying over him. He struggles to get up, stumbles, trying to get, kind of like how Tua was stumbling to get up. Had to have somebody help walk him to the sideline. They walked him into the tent, and when they told him, "No, you're not going back in," he's screaming at the doctor, screaming at him to let him go back in, and they said, "Nope, go in."
Dang. That is nuts, man. Yeah, the Giants are terrible.
Yeah, I'm sure Dayball's like, "Why did I take this damn job? Why did I say give this man his money?"
Dude. Yeah, it is. Daniel Jones is terrible.
Yeah,
Terrible.
their
Um,
plan should be, their offense should be, let's get everybody to run deep. Hope they play man coverage, and Daniel, you take off and run. Don't throw it, just run.
yeah, what they signed to a 4 year, 5 year,
That was a 4-year deal.
4 year.
I think it was. I want to say it was like 3/4 of it guaranteed. So,
Man,
but he got a good chunk of it already at signing. So, but yeah, he'll definitely take a big chunk of the salary cap if they cut him. So, I mean, he's got
Yeah.
his money. Good for him and his agent. So
Oh, yeah, he's trash. I don't know nothing else to say.
yeah. All right, so let's pick next week's games. We've got Thursday starting out. The Bears at the Commanders. Manny is picking the Commanders.
Commanders.
I think we're all on board on the Commanders. Houston goes to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Manny's taking the Texans.
Yep, Houston.
We will all jump on the Houston bandwagon. Then we've got the Titans and the Colts. Manny said it's going to tie.
That's what?
He said it's going to be a tie, which I hope that is the case. I hope that is the case.
I got the Colts.
You know, just for, I'm pretty sure the Colts will win, but just because I would like us to take control of first place, the Titans, if the Titans win, that puts us in first place by default, I think, since we haven't played yet. So I'm going to take the Titans. Let me write that down. And then we've got the Saints traveling to New England to take on the Patriots. Manny's taking the Patriots.
Saints traveling to the Patriots. I'm taking the Saints.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm taking the Saints. Then we've got the Ravens going to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Manny's taking Baltimore.
I say Steelers got it. I think the Steelers going to bounce back.
I'm going to go with Baltimore. I don't think their offense is going to do well at all. I don't think Pittsburgh's offense is basically non-existent at this point. So they might be getting, Mike Tomlin might have to make a move and say, Kenny, get your ass out.
Yeah. Who's your backup?
Mitchell Trubisky.
That's it.
So then we've got the Giants going down to South Beach to take on the Dolphins.
Dolphins 80-0.
Yeah, I think Mike McDaniel dresses up as Bill Parcells on the sideline. Yeah, I'm going to take the Dolphins. Let's see. Then we've got the Bengals going to Arizona to take on the Cardinals.
Cardinals.
You know what? I'm going to take the Cardinals as well. Cincinnati's been terrible, and the Cardinals have been in every game that they played this year.
What did Manny pick?
He picked the Cardinals as well.
Mm-hmm.
Then we've got the Jets traveling to Mile High to take on the Denver Broncos. Manny is taking the Jets.
Let's ride.
Ooh.
On the plane.
All right, let's go MILF Hunter.
Yeah, going for the Jets.
Jets. I'm taking the Jets too. Then in back-to-back London games, back-to-back weeks of London games, Jacksonville faces the Buffalo Bills. Manny's taking the Bills.
I'm going to say Jacksonville. That's their second home.
I might be their first home. They seem to play better there.
Yeah.
That's Shad's home right there. He's just like, I gotta get away from Tony.
Dad, I want to come too. No.
No.
You go play with your wrestlers.
Yeah.
Go to the.
You just bought a brand new toy. You just bought a brand new toy. Go play with him for a minute. You think you know him, so go. Just go.
Go to the other building and play.
Yeah. Then we've got the Panthers going up to Detroit to take on the Lions. Manny's taking the Lions.
Yeah, Lions.
Continuing to roll with Dan Campbell and the fighting pride of the Lions. Then we've got the Eagles going up to LA to take on the Rams. Manny's taking the Eagles.
I'm taking the Rams.
I'll take the Eagles as well. Then we've got the Chiefs going up to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. This is going to be a matter of who can stop whose offense because Minnesota's defense is terrible, and Kansas City's is who knows. Theirs is definitely better than Minnesota's, but
I'm going with the Chiefs.
yeah, I'll take Kansas City as well. Then the big Sunday night game, it is the Cowboys going up to Santa Clara to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Manny's picking with his heart, and he's saying the Cowboys.
Oh, man. Wow. I'll go 49ers by 3 because Dak would throw at least 2 interceptions.
I will definitely take the 49ers. Just cuz. Just out of pure principle, I'm taking the 49ers, but I think San Francisco is just the overall is the better team right now. But we'll see Sunday. Be thinking of your bold prediction as we go into this last final Monday night game pick. We've got the Packers gambling and going up to Vegas to see Mark Davis and his terrible Chili Bowl haircut. Packers versus the Raiders on Monday Night Football. Manny's taking the Packers.
Oh, yeah, Packers. Yeah, that's the easy one.
It'll be a clean sweep with the Packers. Man, speaking of just terrible stuff, did you see the Chandler Jones stuff?
Oh my God, man.
Dude, it's just bad, man.
You talking about CTE being real?
Yeah.
That is terrible, man.
Yeah, I mean that was bad. That was one of those things that I just like, damn, dude. It's like yeah, you can make jokes about CTEs, but it's like, bro, this guy's got it bad. Like, like if it's not CTE, then he has serious mental issues. And
because what was saying that Josh Daniels had Aaron Hernandez killed,
something like that. But and then my thought about it too, it's like, but you followed him and you signed with the Raiders, knowing Josh McDaniels was the coach. Why would you do that if you believe that?
Yeah. No, this dude, he definitely has issues, man.
Yeah.
Definitely has issues. That was just nuts.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him. I hope he gets help.
Same here. All right. Bold predictions going into next week. Manny's going very bold. He is saying Daniel Jones does not throw an interception.
Man, I had one earlier. Oh man, my bold predictions. Man, I don't know. You go ahead.
All right, so I'm going to boldly predict that. Got it narrowed down to 2. I'm just going to decide which one I want to go with. I'm going to say the Lions as a whole will hold the Panthers to 3 points, and the Panthers will put up, the Lions will put up over 30. So I think they will go back-to-back weeks with 30-plus points, and I think they will hold the Panthers to under 3, or to 3 and under. So they only give up 3 points.
Bold prediction. My bold prediction is Zach Wilson starts dating Mama Kelsey. Oh man, this is a hard one. Brock. Okay, here's mine.
That's what the Deshaun Watson's massage therapist said.
Yeah. Brock Purdy throws for 300 yards. Dak Prescott doesn't even throw for 200. 170 with 2 interceptions.
So Brock going for over 300, Dak under 200 with 2 INTs.
Mm-hmm.
Bold. I like it. Although I think Manny might be the most out there on his.
Yeah, most definitely.
Now, it'd have been even bolder if he put no turnovers, period. But, even then, throwing the interception enough is pretty out there and bold.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you guys for stopping in and joining us. Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, as it is right there on the screen. Like and subscribe, all that good jazz. Follow us over on Facebook at In Your House Sports, Instagram at inyourhouse.sports. We're trying to do a better job, and I'm going to try to start posting more on the Instagram. We still got to get the Twitter. Is it Twitter or X now? I don't know what to call it. I still call it Twitter.
Yeah.
We've got to get that part going. We're still working on the Patreon that will be coming soon. I think we just got to figure out the little details of it, but I think we've got it for the most part. I've got it almost finished. I just got to go over some things and figure out what we're going to do. So, and hopefully, I'll be one step closer to reclaiming or to claiming the In Your House Sports Championship from Manny. And you're in the running too. I think we're going to go off win percentage is what we're going to do.
Oh, okay.
Since you missed a week, I think we're going to go off win percentage.
Yeah.
But
okay, cool.
But yeah, it'll be fun.
Sounds good.
But yeah, we'll definitely catch you guys next time. Thanks for joining. It's your boy Vasos.
Bat Sam.
See y'all next week. Peace out.
Peace.